Good morning, class. Good morning, Mrs. Munoz. Oh, my stars. So she's there. She's really there. She had a hard day with her snorkeling. She got spooked by an eel and a jellyfish. So she's just she's down in the dumps. Let's see if we can have something nice happen today. Chapter 7, Flowerhead. That's a good start. Day 4. Dear first grade journal, I am writing this page on a stupid, dumb tour bus. Stupid dumb tour bus is the grown-up word for there is nothing but old people on this thing. We are going on a nature hike. A nature hike is when you look at plants and birds and scenery. I cannot think of a worse activity. Mother said I will get some good pictures today. Big whoop. From Junie B, I do not want to be here. Whoa. Boy, she is having a mood. She had a rough day. I closed my journal and I did a huff. This stupid dumb bus trip is taking forever, I grumped. Mother and Daddy rolled their eyes, because we hadn't actually left the parking lot yet. I kept on grumping. Then finally, the bus door closed and we started to go. A man in the front seat picked up a microphone. Aloha-ha, he hollered. All of the people sat there real silent. Then a few of them said aloha back at him, only way quieter. The man laughed. Oh, come on! You can do better than that. Aloha! He hollered again. And so this time more people said it, but they still weren't loud enough for him, I guess, because we went through the same nonsense 5 more times. I tapped on Mother. This guy's getting on my nerves, I said. Shh, she said back. I looked at Squeezer. Being shushed is getting on my nerves too, I said. The man kept talking. He said his name is Donald, and he will be our nature guide today. I did a sigh. Little children do not like nature, I said. Donald kept on blabbing. He said we were on our way to a beautiful rainforest, and we will see some of the most spectacular scenery in the world. I covered my face. Little children hate spectacular scenery, I said. Donald went on. He said we will see gorgeous flowers and magnificent trees and beautiful birds of all colors. I did a loud groan. Ooh! Can this situation get any boringer? I said. An old man in front of me heard me say that. He peeked his head over the seat real friendly. He said his name was Harold, and he was 88 years young. When you get to be my age, spectacular scenery is as exciting as it gets, he said. I sighed again. Well, that's not much to look forward to, Harold, I said. Daddy quick leaned over, and he told me to please find something to do. Then he gave me my camera, and he said, take a picture of the people on the bus. I waited till we stopped at a light. Then I stood in the aisle, and I took a picture. Click, click. Day 4, a bus full of old people. They look friendly. That picture will go nicely with my other embarrassing photojournal pictures, I said. Room 1 is going to laugh me right out of show and tell. After that, Mother snatched my camera away, and she said maybe I needed a nap. I covered my ears. Yeah, only how can I even sleep with all of Donald's yakking going on, I said. That man would not stop, I tell you. He told us the names of a million jillion Hawaiian birds and a million jillion Hawaiian flowers, plus also he talked about pineapples and coconuts and bananas and papayas. Then Donald took a big breath, and he started talking about tuna fish. I threw my hands up in the air. Oh, for the love of Pete, someone take his microphone away, I hollered. Mother did a gasp at that comment. Daddy did a gasp too. I quick covered my mouth, but it was too late. All the bus people were stretching their necks to look at me. Junie B, what on earth has gotten into you today? Asked Mother. I slumped way down. Sorry, Mother. Sorry, but I got stress in my head because I really need an exciting picture for my photojournal. Only what kind of exciting picture can you get on a stupid dumb nature walk with old people? I stopped and looked over the seat. No offense, Harold, I said. None taken, he said back. It's just that I'm running out of time, I explained. Aren't we all? Said Harold. Mother sat me down again. Well, I can promise you one thing, Junie B, she said. If you go on this hike with a bad attitude, nothing good will happen. But if you keep an open mind, you might be surprised. Sometimes nature can be very exciting. I slumped down even more. Yeah, right, exciting, I said. I turned and looked out the window. I don't care what she says. Nature is not exciting. Not even if it's in paradise. That bus trip took forever, it seemed, but finally, phew! At last, the driver turned a corner and we pulled into a parking lot. "We're here," said Donald. "Welcome to our beautiful Hawaiian rainforest." I sprang up like a spring. Then I ran outside and I sniffed real deep. "Oh, fresh air! Fresh air, I thought I would never breathe you again," I said. Pretty soon Donald gathered all the bus people around him. He gave us a nature guidebook and he told us the hiking rules. "Hiking rule number 1, he said. Please stay on the hiking trail and do not wander off on your own." He went on. "Hiking rule number 2, please do not disturb the natural vegetation. And hiking rule number 3, please be respectful of nature and speak in quiet voices." I looked at Squeezer and rolled my eyes. "Wonderful. Another quiet voice day," I grouched. After that, all the bus people lined up behind Donald and we started hiking down the trail. It was slow as molasses, I tell you. On account of every 2 seconds, people kept stopping to look at stuff. Just plain old normal stuff, I mean, like plants and flowers and trees. Finally, I got frustration in me. "Okay, folks, keep it moving. We've seen it all before," I called. Daddy Quick scooped me up and he sat me on a rock. And then he waited for the other bus people to pass by. And big surprise, I got scolded again. I said, "If I can't behave myself, we will go back to the bus right now, and we will sit there until all the people come back. Is that what you want to do, Missy?" "Huh? Is it?" he said. I made a grump face. "No, Daddy," I said. "I don't want to do any of this stuff. I wish we could do something exciting, because I've already seen flowers in nature before." Just then Mother picked up a flower that was laying on the trail. "Oh, but you've never seen a flower quite like this, Junie B," she said. "Look how beautiful it is. Looks like a big red powder puff." She stuck it in my hair. Then she took out a mirror to let me see. I stared at myself very admiring. "Whoa," I said. "I look stunning." Mother laughed. "Yes, you do," she said. "This would make a really cute picture." My face got brighter. "Hey, yeah," I said. "This could be the first cute picture of my whole entire photo journal." I quick got my camera and I held it way out in front of me. Then click, click. I took a picture of my very own self. "Now that one is a keeper," I said. I am stunning. After that, all of us started hiking again. Only this time I was the slowpoke, because I kept picking up powder puff flowers and sticking them in my hair. Pretty soon my whole head was full of those beautiful things. I stuck extra ones in my pockets and my shirt buttons and my shoelace holes. Then I looked down at Squeezer and smiled. "Nature is being a little bit fun," I said. I smiled bigger. Who knew? Chapter 8, Clicking. We hiked and hiked to the end of the trail. Then Donald gave us granola bars, plus also we drank Gatorade. Donald liked my flower head. "You look like a walking lehua blossom," he said. I did a frown at that word. "Lehua what?" I said. "A lehua blossom. The flowers in your hair are red lehua blossoms," he explained. "Lehua blossoms are a favorite food source for a little red bird called an apapani." Apapani. I stared at that man for a real long time. "You have way too much information in your head, Donald," I said. Donald laughed real loud. Then I laughed too, only it wasn't a joke. After we rested, we started hiking back to the bus. Mother and Daddy and I went last again, only this time I had to walk even slower on account of the flowers kept falling out of my hair. And so I had to keep picking them up and putting them back. "Come on, Junie B," said Mother. "We need to stay up with the others. If the flowers fall out of your hair, well, you'll just have to leave them." I did a frown. "But I worked very hard on this flower arrangement," I said, "and I don't want to get back on the bus empty-headed." Mother thought for a minute. Then she picked up more flowers from the trail and she wove them all over my head. Plus also she used some bobby pins to hold them there. "There, that ought to do the trick," she said. "Now come on, let's go. We gotta catch up." And so both of us started to run, only too bad for me because all of a sudden my shoe came loose. And so I quick sat down on the trail to tie it. And that is the last pleasant hiking memory I have. Whoosh. The noise zoomed by my ear. Whoosh. I did a gasp. A teensy red bird flew right in my face. I sat there real frozen. The bird fluttered and flapped and chirped and twerped and dipped and swirled and then plop. That crazy bird landed right on top of my head. My mouth tried to shout, but but no words would come out. I quick stood up and tried to shoo him away, but he just flapped and flopped and fluttered some more, and he kept right on staying there. Then finally my voice came back to normal. Bird! Bird! 911! 911, bird! I screeched. Mother and Daddy came running back to me. Their mouths fell all the way open. Then they tried to shoo the bird away too, but it just kept flapping and flopping and fluttering there. Suddenly Mother covered her mouth with her hand. Oh my gosh, I think it's stuck, she said. I think it's tangled up in her hair. My eyes got big and wide at that news. Tangled! I yelled. The bird is tangled in my hair. Are you kidding me? I raised my screech even louder. It's tangled! It's tangled! 911! Tangled bird! I hollered. All the bus people came rushing back at once, plus Donald came rushing back too. He came to a stop in front of the group. Then he quick gathered himself together and he started giving orders. Okay, I need everyone to go back to the bus now, he said. Please. The old people hurried away. Then Donald turned to Mother and Daddy, and he made his voice very calmy. Okay, Mom and Dad, step away from the bird, he said. Mother and Daddy looked at each other. Then both of them stepped away. After that, Donald walked to me real slow, and he squatted down next to me, and he held my hand. You okay, honey? He said. I rolled my eyes. Got a bird on my head here, Don. How good could I be? I said. Donald smiled. I don't know. You look pretty brave to me, he said. I thought for a minute and did a sigh. I'm not, Donald. I'm not brave, I said. I'm afraid of jellyfish and eels. Donald shrugged. Join the club, he said. After that, he gave me a pat. He told me my final instructions. Just hold your head perfectly still, he said. I'm going to walk behind you and untangle this little guy, okay? My heart pounded real hard. Okay, I said back. I stood as still as could be. Donald's voice kept talking real quiet and calm. In all my years as a nature guide, I have never seen a sight like this, he said. I raised my eyebrows. Really, Donald? I said. Really, he said. I wish I had a picture of this. A picture of this would be 1 in a million. That's when it hit me. I did a gasp. Donald, I have a camera, I said. I pointed to my backpack lying on the trail. It's right there. Mother covered her mouth. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that, she said. Then she bent down real slow and she got the camera from my backpack. And click, click, she took a picture. I kept on staying still. I felt Donald pick up the bird real gentle, and he untangled its feet from my hair. Click, click. Mother took another picture. Then, hooray! Donald held out his hands and he showed me the teensy little red bird. Look, see? Not one feather harmed, he said. Good job, young lady. A bird in the hair. Oh, he's tangled. Oh, look, there he is. A bird in the hands. I smiled, real relieved. Good job to you too, Donald, I said. He winked at me. How about if you and I go release this little fella back to his tree, he said. He's going to have a pretty exciting story to tell all his friends, isn't he? I thought about show and tell. Yes, I said, we both are. After that, I took the camera from Mother, and me and Donald went down the trail a little way. Donald set the little bird on a rock. He kept his hands around the bird real gentle. Ready? Said Donald. Ready, I said. Donald took his hands away, and flap, flap, the bird started to fly. I began snapping pictures very fast. Click, click. A bird in the tree. Click, click. Bye-bye, birdie. Then zoom, it flew away. For a second, I stood there real silent. Donald stood silent too. Whoa, I said finally. Wow, said Donald. We looked at each other and smiled. I aimed my camera one more time. Click, click. My new friend, Dawn. Chapter 9. Aloha. Day 5. Dear First Grade Journal, it's already tomorrow morning. Mother and Daddy are still sleeping, only I don't even know how they could even go to sleep at all last night, because yesterday was the excitingest day of my life. Donald talked in the microphone the whole way home. He said that the bird was just a baby, and it thought my head was a giant flower, probably. Also, he said how brave I was, and that I was a delightful little girl. It was a very interesting conversation, but that was not even the end of my exciting bird day. On account of last night, I took a bubble bath. And Squeezer got all warmish and soapish, and what do you know? He slipped right off with the bubbles. I'm getting to be excellent with birds. Someday I will be a nature guy, probably. I thought for a second. Or maybe I will be a photojournal guy, possibly. I tapped on my chin. No, wait! Maybe I might like to arrange hair flowers, because I have a talent for that too, I believe. From Junie B, Nature Guy, and other possible stuff. I put my pencil down and took out my photojournal. Because after the bus trip yesterday, we went right to the drugstore and we got my pictures developed, and they turned out beautifully, I tell you. I showed them to Philip, Johnny, Bob, and Squeezer. They loved them very much. Also, I tried to show them to Dolores, but she was busy getting a facial. After I finished looking at the pictures, I lined them up in my journal, and I printed their captions all nice and neat. I smiled as I read them. Day 1, Grouchy Ladies. Day 2, Doofus Girl and Squeezer. Day 3, I can't even read it. Day 3, Hawaii is making a fool out of me. Oh, yeah. It's kind of like, after this, she's got Squeezer on the whole time. It's kind of, I forget that sometimes. It's so silly. Day 4, a bus full of old people. I am stunning. A bird in the hair. A bird in the hand. A bird in the tree. Bye-bye, birdie. My new friend, Dawn. There they are. Mr. Scary was right. A photojournal really does tell a story in pictures. And Dawn was right, too. My bird picture was 1 in a million. I did a sigh. 1 in a million, I whispered. You really can't beat 1 in a million. I opened up my suitcase and I packed my journal real careful. I smiled some more. Room 1's first official photojournal ever, I said. I stood up a little straighter, because feeling official made me taller again. Just then the radio went off. Today was going to be our last day in Hawaii, and so Mother and Daddy had set the alarm. I looked at the clock and grinned. There was still time for one more delicious pancake breakfast. I tippy-toed over to Daddy and blew air in his face. He opened one eyeball. Aloha-ha-ha, I whispered. Daddy did a chuckle. I kissed him on the cheek. Hawaii was the time of my life. The end. She did it.